News flashes trumpet, pharma giant A snaps up biotech B for Rs 18,000 crore, 10 pipeline assets, EPS accretive, analysts cheer. Meanwhile, deep inside supply chain control rooms, leaders open a war room dashboard. Duplicate C and FAs, overlapping wholesalers, rival field teams, dual ERPs, unseen expiry liabilities. Our mission this module, convert post-merger bedlam into a seamlessly integrated high-velocity channel that delights regulators, partners, and patients alike. In the world of corporate strategy, mergers and acquisitions, or M&A, stand out as powerful tools. Acquisition. One firm buys controlling stake. The target's logo gracefully fades into the buyer's, signifying a complete takeover. Merger equals unite, blending their strengths to birth a fresh, entirely new brand. The primary goal? To reinvent the growth curve at a pace that internal research and development, along with organic sales efforts, simply cannot match. It's about accelerating expansion and market presence. Consider a pipeline plug-in. A pharmaceutical company might acquire an oncology-focused biotech firm to plug critical patent cliff holes. This provides instant cold chain expansion and access to new specialty distributors, enhancing their market reach. Scale synergy. Combining manufacturing and logistics operations can lead to significant cost savings. Pruning 40% of duplicate commercial and financial activities saves Rs 75 crore per year in freight and rent alone. Therapy basket dominance. A cardiology-focused firm buys a diabetes market leader. This enables cross-detailing, where a single representative visits cardiologists with a combined portfolio, effectively doubling their share of voice and influence. Geographic leapfrog. A Western multinational corporation acquires an Indian mid-cap company. This allows them to inherit a network of 6,000 rural sub-stockists, instantly requiring them to adapt to a rural micro-pack model overnight. Technology access. Companies might acquire an AI-enabled virtual trial startup to retool their demand forecast algorithms and align with a new digital stack, enhancing their technological capabilities. Tax and financial engineering. Inversion deals, where companies relocate their headquarters, can trigger customs re-registration for import channels, impacting their global operations. Deal density. Fact: over the last decade, the top 10 pharmaceutical players executed over 120 deals worth more than $700 billion. This has compressed global market share into fewer hands, magnifying the stakes of integration with each transaction. Redundancy. Two partners in one PIN code, double fixed cost, conflict. Whose invoice gets honored? Incentives clash, loyalty fractures. Unchecked, both snowball into stockouts and patient harm. C and FA, 3PL, macro, dual GDP audits, overlapping rents, confusion on batch ownership. Selecting winner requires 4-factor scorecard. Capacity 40%, cost 25%, tech readiness 25%, relationship equity 10%. Transportation, MESO. Two fleets on same lane. Merge routes else pay double tolls and emit extra CO2. ESG backlash. Wholesalers, micro. Former rivals forced to share territory. Fear of volume dilution, they slash orders, causing artificial demand dip. Patients, ultimate stakeholder, prescription bounce. 48H in oncology can derail treatment cycles, human cost beyond P&L. A post-merger integration, PMI, runs like a grand tour, a carefully orchestrated race towards synergy. Stabilize, design, transition, optimize, each phase marked with sprint tasks, clearly defined KPIs and critical go-no-go gates that determine the path forward. Phase 1. Stabilize, day 090. The initial focus is on maintaining equilibrium. Freeze dual policies to avoid disruption. Publish a continuity charter promising uninterrupted supply to customers and honoring all existing liabilities. Simultaneously, set up a 24/7 integration command center. This acts as the nerve center, monitoring OTIF, on time in full, delivery performance, call center sentiment, and social media noise to catch any emerging issues. To further safeguard supply, buffer inventory at both legacy C and FAs, implement dual safety stock at 1.3x demand. This proactive measure averts potential stockouts during the inevitable IT blackout periods that accompany system integrations. Phase 2. Design. Day 90-180. This phase shifts to strategic planning. Run a sophisticated network design optimizer, feeding it real-world data like freight rates, service SLAs, and CO2 targets to model the ideal future state. Select the survivor C and FAs using a weighted RFP process, ensuring a fair and data-driven decision. Announce the chosen partners with a clear 60-day transition clause to allow for a smooth handover. Draft a unified TOT, terms of trade, and scheme matrix, carefully blending the best elements of both legacy systems to create a single, streamlined framework. Phase 3. Transition, month 6-12. Execute a sequential warehouse cutover, transitioning state clusters every 3 weeks to minimize disruption. During each cutover, old stock is physically migrated to the new system, and the WMS, Warehouse Management System, is relabeled to reflect the unified inventory. Implement an ERP bridge. Utilize API middleware to seamlessly sync SKU, batch, and customer masters between the old and new systems. This bridge facilitates a gradual transition, allowing dual invoicing to eventually sunset as the new ERP takes full control. Critical path spotlight. The ERP merge is the single thread limiter, dictating the overall timeline. This complex integration requires a dedicated 10-month build. Any slip in the ERP timeline will cause cascading delays across the entire project. Therefore, assign a dedicated CIO-level sponsor to champion the effort and establish a weekly steering cadence to proactively address any roadblocks. Phase 4. Optimize. Year 1-2. Leverage AI demand sensing to merge historical datasets from both companies. This intelligent data integration significantly improves forecast bias, moving it from a problematic 14% to a much more accurate +/4%. Deploy a route planning engine to consolidate lanes, optimizing transportation networks. This strategic consolidation trims freight costs by 12% and reduces CO2 emissions by 18%, demonstrating the power of integration to drive both economic and environmental benefits. Numbers integrate on spreadsheets, providing a clear quantitative view. Trust integrates in conversations, fostering qualitative understanding. Field reps and channel partners must feel guided and supported, not guillotined by abrupt changes or lack of information. It's about building confidence, not instilling fear. One Voice Playbook, Day 1, CEO video, setting the tone from the top, plus FAQs in 5 languages covers crucial topics like credit policies, transfer of technology, key contacts, and liability considerations. This ensures everyone starts on the same page. Town Hall Cascade, Week 2-4. Regional roadshows, bringing the message to local teams. Live Quanda sessions, allowing for immediate clarification, and an anonymous feedback QR code, providing a safe space for concerns and suggestions. Change Champion Network, train 10% of reps as merger ambassadors, peer-level mythbusters who can address concerns and dispel misinformation at a personal level. They act as trusted voices within the organization. Success Snapshot. During Megapharm Heal Bio integration, ambassador reps cut rumor-driven order drop by 60% in 3 high-value metros. This demonstrates the tangible impact of proactive communication and trust building. Merger headlines celebrate financial upside. Channel reality decides if upside materializes. Executive must decode synergy drivers to forecast network impact accurately. Neutralize redundancy before it sparks partner exodus, protecting valuable relationships. Navigate 4 PMI phases with ERP on critical path watch. Lead empathetic data-driven communication because supply chains run on trust, and trust is the bedrock of successful partnerships. Accomplish this, and post-deal quarters deliver compounding growth, not compounding grief. Self-check questions. Cite 3 strategic drivers of Pharma M&A beyond pipeline synergy. What 4 factors compose the C and FA survivor scorecard? Name 1 KPI to monitor during stabilize phase and 1 during optimize phase. Outline 2 elements of the 6-signal communication framework.